good old days at Genpact, when we were looking for hiring in very big numbers, there was an initial euphoria around ITES industry and a huge amount of talent pouring in into it and investments pouring in into it. Then we realized that the customer is looking for expertise in their particular domain, right? Which was not there initially. So at that point in time, we thought of a strategy of make versus buy. You got to have a right balance somewhere. And the more I look at our industry today, I can see a parallel. Similar situation. How many of the 3G guys can we afford to buy as an industry, even if we get them from abroad? Eventually, like you said, Manish, we have to have some kind of a competency enabling feature over here in our country. We need to be able to make those people over here. So while you will have a few acquisitions of talent from abroad, people will be coming in for sure. At the same time, we need to have maybe intervention from people like you, who have seen the industry for long, who have exposure to the outside world also. You've been hiring people from there, you know what environment exists. Help us to build those competency modules over here. We want to, let's say, with whatever attrition numbers we are running at today, 20%, 15%, 25%, are those numbers sustainable in the long run? I don't think so. So, if you have to be able to hold on to people with yourselves as organizations, you will have to have a little more or a better hook, for lack of a better word, to be able to attract people to you for longer periods of time. And it can't be money all the time. So it has to be some other value additions like training, knowledge enhancement. So 3G, managed services are the things for the future, the way I see today. So 2 years down the line, you will be requiring lots and lots and lots of people. On those two parts, of course, third being the change management part. The moment you hit managed services, you will have lot of talent, rather blocks of population being moved from one company to another. So change management is going to be a huge area. Maybe HR outsourcing also is going to be a very, very critical factor around that point in time. How many transactional activities can HR folks continue to do? Right? They have to move out into a little more specialized features or domains within HR as well over there. And a lot of space will be getting created for HR outsourcing. That is the operational part. So we have got experts over here who have done that in the past. I think we can all leverage each other's experience and knowledge and then try and figure something out.
Yeah, in fact, I was wanting to check with you, Inji. You're more of that side where you've done work here and elsewhere for global companies. So, how do you see this going forward in terms of?
Yeah, so I just briefly touch upon Addison first, so that you get the right perspective. So we, at the moment, we are about 8,000 people, and we have been working only in, like many others, in the niche telecom area, or the development, the software development, and we at the moment are working in 3 verticals. That is the OEM segment, where we are supplying software to the equipment manufacturers and people like Nokia, etc. And we have working in the SP space, the service provider space, and not like the way Airtels and all are doing. I'm saying, providing certain niche skilled people to those service providers. And thirdly is the emerging software, like consumer electronics, mobile terminals, etc. See, so in all these we have grown, say about, when I joined in year 2000, we were about 800 people, and today we are 8,000 people. So organic, inorganic growth has happened. But one area which I think I'm building upon where Ashish was talking about is that the crunch which we are feeling is that within that same few players, about 8-10 players, Wipro, Infosys, Huawei, Ericsson, to an extent, Ericsson, not in the same, space as like that. And say the top 10-15 people, the same set of people are moving around, and that cannot be sustained for long. That vision what you were talking about. So the big gap what we are feeling, I think, is from the grassroots level. From our education system, the colleges are not providing that thing what we are wanting to look at. So the element of training and development is becoming will become, and is soon becoming an important. We used to hear this word called just-in-time hiring. You know, now it will be just-in-time development. You know, where will we get those people from? You know, so I mean, maybe time will come, and maybe many of you, like instead of going into areas of RPO, etc., might even have to look at how do you tie up, like Sudha was talking about tying up for certification for recruiters. Maybe people will have to tie up with universities, organizations, etc., institutes for developing telecom people, and having a tie-up with them, developing them, and then supplying them. Instead of just getting the raw material and making the corporates trade. There could be an area of business where you have to actually train telecom. There's no one doing it.
There's a lot of work done in this area by the retail organizations who also needed.
No, even Infosys is done.
So I'm saying there are some places. So that's what I'm saying. Corporates are doing it.